趁着年月早透露过往，家宅更兴旺，好处内外连周转，待口百灵台，金颜色外茫。把这宴请美来历源远又流长，诸位时刻不妨听我讲一讲。少许糖，牙齿甘甜，外在甜味清爽。闻得新花样，要像梦花样，茶酒盘中尝。胡同花药早结醇香，清油辣飘香，鲜红的脸颊暖洋洋。满桌珍馐不计下筷，更心巧半凉。为留服务脏皆寒长，为那罗汉的心波海，宴席台上锣鼓喧唱。说喜悦是指也藏只来藏，家里黄，从小还馋两香。热爆的话，当地龙珠，糖醋桂鱼，还有鲜猪，样样菜细细品，个个好味味，数米只容我服。呈上色香俱全，佳肴登场，八珍开宴，五福到访，大头抽要鲜来是有名堂。巧工鸡鸡四座，外国流芳，如破传世，情节篇章，回味不饮，自醉肉就传风凉。知天时，别无故，转播宴尽凉，就栽培一方喂养，一方变长，个壶暖，一壶凉，难使我悲让，吹有声，那别问置身何方。倾城，看看有仔细，看心有仔细，好良药不生，谁才多入纸，知悉则为纯。烹调有这里，有心有这里，平淡才是真。古人道会不承认，百川入海，烟波留痕。七星到水山，八仙神通，接连月冰空等素谣。夜仙归，两相闻主山孙。太极云泥虾，有井虾仁，老虎香豆，来一口蒸。倒入容的汤汤，何必要将高下分？将烧煎抽烹炸煮烤整顿，酸甜苦咸百味人生。烦恼传承，唯有春时留乡村。无论山峦园林，江河湖海，一杯一烛落叶归根。轻轻敲响婚前门表那道门。神龙诀，佛系烹饪，人是农耕。好酒色，新炉灶，待得放几身。生着菜，水着鱼，食着甘甜。中开宴，相互下棋，人不散在一顿。祝你新年快乐，年年有余啊！日进斗金，爱呀在呀，四季发财，订个乐节，财源广进，幸福满堂。将烧煎抽烹炸煮烤整顿，酸甜苦咸百味人生。青丝翘干花来千古美名存。无论山峦园林，江河湖海，一杯一烛落叶归根。好酒好菜，期盼来年好客春。过一年又一岁，历历皆兴旺。喜新郎，山风顺连，来自故乡。应得那远游人，寡多有牵肠。饱三餐，不如不夜花前方。
哇！Hello, Akbar, Simon, Ash. Continuing on since last time, we did the longer substring, so I can go to the next one. Floats into baskets. You are giving a farm to collect fruits. the farm has a single row of fruit trees. You will be given 2 baskets, and your goal is to pick as many fruits as possible to be placed in a given basket. You will be given an array of characters where each character represents a fruit tree. The farm has following restrictions. Each basket can have only one type of fruit. There is no limit on how many fruit basket can hold. You can start with any tree, but you can't skip a tree once you have started. You will pick exactly 1 fruit from each tree until you cannot. You will stop when you have picked from a 3rd fruit type. Write a function to return the maximum number of fruits in both baskets. Each basket can only one type of fruit. There's no limit how many fruits can be held. You can write a function to return maximum number of fruits in both baskets. So the basket is fixed. We only have 2 baskets, and each basket can put 1 type of letter. So in this case, we are looking for the maximum number of fruits that we can put in both baskets. And they have to be a continuous sequence. So in this case, even though the maximum could be AA and CC, but since between A and C there's a B, right? So then since you cannot put 3 types, that means you cannot have this overlap. So it has to be continuous from here. That's why the output is 3. In this case, you can put 3B and then 2C, so the output is 5. Hello, Sky. Okay, so this is another sliding window, but basically what you're looking for is a substring of maximum 2 letters, and whichever is the maximum, whichever has the highest continuous substring. So in this case, we need a hash map so we can store the letters. So I'm gonna start making a hash. And then we already have a maximum length here. I need a subsum to calculate the sum where the current pointer is. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. And what we also need to account for, because this is sliding window, we need to account for the beginning of the. So we don't we don't iterate through the so we don't have an internal loop. So we'll be adding and subtracting the beginning and the end of the loop, just so that we don't need to recalculate the entire loop again. I mean, the entire the sub array again. So I'm gonna have a placeholder for star. So star is set 0, and then we can have the I to be n at 0, and n is less than floats dot length, and then n plus plus. And for each iterations, we're gonna check. We're gonna check hash. If hash at the current index fruits dot n, if this is this, like, okay, actually no, if it does not exist, then we can do a hash at the current fruits dot n. At current fruits index, we're gonna set it to 0. We don't need bracket because it's only one line. We're gonna set it to 0, and then we can increment. So this will increment by 1, right? And then we want to end when the number of flute types is greater than 2, because we only have 2 baskets, and each basket is limited to only 1 type, right? So if hash dot size it's no size, hash dot length is greater than or equal to 3. Oh, this should be while. If this length is greater than 3, what we want to do is we are going to start taking out flutes in the beginning of the subarray. So we're gonna do hash dot flutes, and then we're gonna do the star is equal to hash dot flute star minus 1, right? And if after we minus 1, we need to increment the star, because the star is no longer at the beginning, because we took out the beginning fruit. So we're gonna increment the index of the star by 1. After we increment the star, okay, now we want to check if hash dot fruits. Oh, we're gonna check again if hash After we taken this out, because it could be the star only has one type of fruit. So we're gonna check the star again. If hash.star is equal to 0, that means we took out all the same type of fruit from the star. We're gonna delete hash as hash fruit star. And then we increment this. After we increment this now it's gonna check hash.length. If we remove all of the one type of fruits, that means we managed to reduce this length to be less than 3, so we will exit out this while loop. And then in the end we want to find the maximum length. Alright, so each time this is run, we're gonna calculate maximum length. Maximum length is equal to math.max maximum length. And then we can easily calculate we don't need to store anything to calculate the current length of the subarray. We can calculate the current length of subarray by using the end minus star plus 1. So this is the current length of the subarray. And then we also plug in back the max, so we know that, and we only take in the highest number. Right, so after this taken out, I'm gonna submit this. Run. Answer is wrong. Okay. Hello, ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. 私は拍哆啦じゃないよ。读学？不是，这个是challenge 应该算是读学吧。What is hash for? The hash is for because the question given that each basket can have only one type of fruits. The hash is there to make sure that we only have fruits up to the number of baskets that we have. So that's why the hash is to check to make sure that we have hit that number. And then if we do hit that number, we're gonna start taking out the fruits and adding a new type of fruits. In the end, we are looking for the baskets that has most fruits, and each one can store only one type, but each type can have multiple trees. So that's what the hash map is for. Okay, let's see what we did wrong here. Okay, so in the beginning it's A, B, C, A, C. My output is 5. Let's print out the hash map. Hash dot how do you print a hash map? Do you print it like this? And then run it again, and then look at this. NT. JS prints out hash map. I think there must be an easy way to print this out. Wait, why would hash map be that? must be an easy way to print out hash map. Get, delete, hand, precise. For each, that's a lot. Okay. That's very annoying. Hash dot for each. For each we have key and value, and we're just printing out the key and value. Oh, so the console log should be inside now. Console log E logs value. 20. Hash for each key and value, we console log key and value. What's wrong with this? If hash... Oh, am I putting it wrong? I'm putting it the wrong way. Hash... Get has... That's a map. Key and value, right? Key and value. So key is this, value is this, and then hash dot for each key and value. Why would it be empty? Hello. Hash dot for each is not a function. We cannot do hash dot each for each. For each element in the array element. Hash dot for each is not a function. Hash dot for each. Right, they create counter. You cannot use for each in a hash map. I think making it a map will make things easier. Just for debugging purpose. You know what, I'm gonna make it a map. As equal to a new map. And we are checking if the map, if hash has float ends. Dot has float end. If it has that, then if it doesn't have float dot end, we're gonna set hash dot set float dot end, and then we're gonna set it to 0. And then we're gonna increment this. Hash dot set float dot end, and then float dot end plus 1. Hash set float dot end is 0. Hash dot get float dot end plus 1. Right, so this is hash. So if hash dot float dot start, hash get float dot start is equal to 0, then we're gonna delete. how do you delete map? JS map delete. Map1.delete. Okay. So instead of doing this, we can do hash.delete. And then we're gonna plug in flu.star. And this one, instead of doing this, we have hash dot set flu star, and then hash dot get flu star -1. So now, if you want to print out this, yeah, let's run it again. Just make sure that we're getting the same value. Right then, and I'm getting 5. So this is still working fine. So instead of doing all that loop just to print out the stuff, we can do console log. Right, console log, and then dot notation hash dot entries, and that's it. Instead of writing all that, we just do one line. So run this. So now we have A is 1, A, B is 1, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. Okay, I see the problem here. The problem here is after the first entry hits the number 3, it should start reducing the number. However, it's not reducing the number, which means this is not running. So let's say console.log hash.length. Maybe hash.length is not working. Gonna console log this out. Okay, hash.length is not working. It's undefined. So let's see. Hash dot size 233. Okay, so instead of length, we're just gonna do size and run it again. So now this is passed. Then gonna submit this again. Okay, this also passed, and that's it. We completed this. So the only thing that was wrong is that it's just syntax. Hash dot length apparently it just returns undefined, and we have to use hash dot size instead. And then so basically the whole thing didn't change. All we changed is using the correct syntax, using the correct naming scheme to return stuff. And this is accepted. So next. So I don't even need to look at this. Yeah, I think they're doing the same thing as me. Oh, they're doing object key through frequency. They're also using hash map, but they're using this hash map, but the only issue with this hash map is hard to decode. If it works, then it looks simpler, but I'm gonna stick to this. I wonder if I can just see right now set bar to 4. What if I do map 1 yeah, and then I'm gonna set it yeah is equal to 4. What if I run this? If it has ER 1, it doesn't have ER. Map 1 has ER is false. So hash, if you're using map, If using mat function here, then this doesn't work. So if I don't delete here and then I do a console log, mat bundle size. Wait, I think I don't need that. Size 1. Size is still 1. So we try to add yard to ball using the object notation. I mean, not using the object notation, using map notation instead of object. So this does not allow us to do something like this. I guess that's the difference. Okay, next. Longer substring with the same letter after replacement. Sorry, I'm sipping bubble tea right now. Even a string with lowercase letters only, if you're allowed to replace no more than K letters within any letter, find the length of the longest substring having the same letters after replacement. Input is AA, B, C, C, B, B. K is 2. You can only replace 2 letters. So if they replace the 2C with B, then the length is 4. Oh, the length is 5 because it starts B here. Okay. If you're allowed to replace no more than K letters with any letter, find the length of the longer substring. Boba tea, yeah. I like boba tea a lot. Even though it's not good for you because it's mostly sugar. But it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Okay, so if the question is asking if you can only replace one type of letter with another type of letter up to the K numbers, then this question will become more easier. However, you can only replace no more than K letters, but it doesn't have restrictions on how many letters, which means this technically can be B, C, A, B, B. You can replace C and A with that. And you still get the longest letter. Okay, let me think about this. If we think this as a join, as a sliding window online join, I want a dark mode. Online join that mode. If I think this has a sliding window, so in this case, AABB, AABCCBB, A, A, B, C, C, B, B. I was thinking about if I do hash map again, and then you just store the number of the you store the letter with the highest quantity and keep track of that. But the problem is if you slide the window, which means you need to start reducing that number. And the current highest quantity can be reduced to less than, can potentially be reduced to second highest quantity, right? But since we only keep track of the highest quantity, we don't know the second highest quantity would be. Actually, yes, we do. We do. If we slide this, if we slide the window, we can do a comparison. So in the first iteration, we'll have 8 at 2, B at 1. So the current highest number will be 2. And in this case, K is equal to 2. And once we hit and then on the next iteration, C will be at 1. So the current highest number is at 2. And the rest of the number, so we can basically do like, this is the current sliding window, which is size of 4, right? So we just need the current, we need the current size minus K is equal to our largest number here, is equal to the highest quantity. And if this satisfies, then the current highest size is this one. And then we move on to the next ladder. If the next ladder is not the current highest quantity, then we slide the window. So we minus A and then plus the next ladder. So we minus A here. And then when we plus the next ladder, we do a recalculation. Right? Is C greater than 1? I mean, is the quantity of C greater than quantity of A? If the answer is yes, we update the highest to the new highest. And then we do that until the end of the. We just need to keep track of the size. We just need to keep track of the bigger size here. Okay. And let's try that. So I'm gonna start with. We need to keep track of the star. And then we need to have a highest. It's gonna call it max. Max is gonna start at 0. And then max char is gonna start at. There won't be a max char. And what else do we need to keep track? Okay, size. Size is maximum length. Right, so for let's n equal to 0 and is less than string. I need to convert the string into array. Makes it easier to work with. So string is equal to string dot. How do you do that? String like this. String is equal to this. But if I console log string, let's make sure this is working. So we're gonna run this. So string becomes an array. Okay, so this is working. We want to do string.length and then string and then n plus plus. So whenever we put a new value, also we need hash map. Hash is equal to new map. So whenever we enter this, we're gonna do the same thing. If the current index, well, the current value at the current index does not exist in our hash map, hash and then string m. If it does not exist, then we put it into the hash map. Hash.set string n 0, and then we do hash.set. We're gonna increment this value. Hash.set hash.set. We're gonna increment this value. Hash it's the value's key is hash n, and the key is hash dot and string n, and the value is hash dot get string n, and we're gonna do +1. Right, so after we get that, we're going to calculate the maximum. Maximum is equal to math.maximum of the current maximum and actually this should be a if statement. If the current index hash as hash dot gets string n, if the current character has appeared more times than the maximum character appeared, if this is greater than maximum, then we have a new maximum. New maximum will be equal to hash dot gets string. This will be the new maximum, and then the new max char is gonna equal to hash. The new max char is basically the string n. So this is the keep track that we have. This keep track of the letter that has appeared most times. So we can use the k to replace letters that's replace letters outside of the letter that appeared the most times. So now, while we're looking at the current size. The current size equal to n minus star plus 1 is the current size. If the current size minus maximum is greater than k, if current size minus maximum, that means we ran out of number of lower quantity characters that we can replace. If we run out of that, then we can start shifting the window. So if we found that, then first thing we do is we want to remove the start removing characters since the beginning that we added in the beginning. So hash dot set hash dot get we added in the beginning. So string has start. The beginning is string as start, and string as start minus 1. If... Well, I think in this case we don't really care about... We don't care about if the number goes to 0. I don't think we care about the number goes 0 in this context. And then we do star plus plus. So next time when we run this, the star will have a lower number. I think this is only one time. We can only do it one time. We don't need while loop. Because this trigger will immediately reduce the star. We will immediately increase star, which means this value will be smaller. So in the end, we just need to maximum length is equal to math.max maximum length, and then the current length is equal to n minus star plus 1. Submit. Accepted. Whoa! Oh my god, the first try. I actually got it in the first try. Submit. Accepted. Whoa! Wait, hold on. Okay, now I'm proud of myself. This is a hard question, and I wrote this in one go, and it's accepted. Look, guys, hey chat, I think I'm a genius. Yeah, I know, right? I explained the algorithm, and then based on the algorithm that I came up with, I wrote the thing that follows the algorithm, and in one go, we got the answer. Oh my god, I'm a genius. And this is a hard question. So let's see. What I do is that they initialize maximum length 0 and then maximum length. They have a window start, window end. And then they use frequency to store the letter frequency. I think this is easier to code, but it's hard to like debug. Let's see, how do you debug with this thing? They have a frequency map, right? And you do objects dot frequency map hash map JS linked hash map. What am I doing? I just feel like I'm a genius. Objectives. This is the map. This is the map. I don't know hash map. Well, hash console log map key. But I need to loop. I need to loop through the map. How do you loop through the map? For each element you're gonna have. Loop through the array. You have to do a for loop. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to print this thing. So for frequency map, what did you do? Frequency map. Like healing frequency map. And then you console log T plus frequency map E. That's more work than what I had before. So I can execute this. And so you see this key map. A1, A2, B1. Why you make a new? Why they make a new line? Plus. Yeah, that's not gonna work. E plus anti-space cross key. Why you make a new line? Oh, cause this for each key. Yeah, this is like each key gonna print it once. Let's see. If I do console log frequency map dot entries. There's no entries. Log dot frequency map. What if I do this? Of course, it's not gonna work. It's not iteratable, right? Frequency map dot and entries not gonna work. Dot keys. USC map. Wait, this map. Dot entries. Frequency map dot key. Dot. Yeah, I just think I just feel this is more annoying. This is more annoying to debug than what I had. So in order to debug this, right, I need to do this and then I have console log just so we have a space to easier to read. To make it easier to read. It's gonna log a space. So we execute this, we can see at this at a scale like this. Right? But what I had before is just one line. So what we need to debug with this, if we are using map, is we can just console log and then hash dot entries. That's it. This does the same thing and it's more prettier. Anyways, that's just my complaint. So window start, window do this, and then you're gonna increment window n. Now the maximum length is 2. You increment window n again, and you have a hash map to store these values. So the maximum repeated value is 8. So they are doing the same thing. They are storing the maximum repeated value counter. And then you start increment this again. So because you need to replace total 3 characters in this occurrence, so right now in the frequency map right now the frequency map is size of 5, right? And then the maximum number that you can replace is 2, and the current maximum repeated number is 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, which is less than the current size. That means we need to shrink the window. So what they do is they're gonna take the first. They are storing the windows index at window star. So they take the index at window star. They take that number. They're gonna remove that number from the frequency map. And then they take the next. And then they go into the next iteration. The next iteration is gonna add a new ladder into the frequency map. So after this is added, they can update the maximum repeated value counter. Oh, in this case, they don't need to keep track of which ladder it is. I don't think I'm even looking at the ladder. So I set the maximum char right, but I'm not using the maximum char anywhere else. So I can literally just remove this thing, and then I'm gonna remove this thing, and it will still work fine. It will still work fine. Yep. So we don't need to check the value. We just need to check like, okay, there is a ladder that has a maximum, that has a repeated maximum times. It's very different to a white forest, yeah. This is not video game. Hello. Do you know Cinder? I don't know what that Cinder is. Cinderella? The only thing I like about when they use this, when they store it as an object. Yo, actually no. JS prints all entries in objects. For variable pop in there, you do this. Yeah, this is the same thing that we had before, which is annoying. Oh, they can do it in one line. Object entries, object map, key value. Yeah, that's still very annoying. Why is the one-liner? Why is the one-liner answers getting minus points? Well, because technically this is more computational intense. Right, so right now I have 4 this. If I'm gonna do it in one-liner, objects, dot entries, frequency map, I just print out this SIQ 5, 4, 3. Map frequency. Wait, hold on. Current map key value. Object of frequency mapped, and then we're gonna map this as key value S, B, and value pair, and then we just print out the key and value. Key value SEU 810. Well, what's a 0 for? You can see map with mapping key value. T is a value is a 0. What is it another? Value is 1. What is it 0 at the end? Click a cement map key value console log. Oh, that's why they're getting minus. Map key value like this. SQ. Yeah, so A1, A2. Kinda one-liner, but kinda not one-liner. This is very hard to read. Right, so you need to add a break in the end. Yep. Minor inconvenience. Next. Longer substring with ones after replacement. Given an array containing 0 and 1s, if you're allowed to replace no more than k0 and k0s with 1s, find the length of the longest continuous subarray having all 1s. Longest subarray. Isn't this the same as the last one but easier? Cause this time we don't need to care about the letters. Yeah, I think this is the same as previous, but even easier. Because you only have 1 and 0 to take care of. In the previous one, you have all the letters. This just screams very easy to me. Watch me butcher this. So we're gonna have a start again. And we need to keep track of the... Do I need to keep track of number? The zeros. Replace 0 at the index 5 and 8 to have longest continuous. Okay, I need to keep track number zeros. Zeros is a 0, so we can loop through this array for let n is equal to 0. N is less than array dot length, and then n plus plus. And if the current array index is 0, right? If the current index is 0, then we increase the 0 counter. Right, and then while our 0 counter is equal, it won't replace no more than k zeros. So if this 0 counter is greater than 0, greater than k, then we need to start removing. We need to start removing the values from the beginning. Right, so what we need to do is if the beginning is 0, so if array at star is 0, then we decrement the 0 counter, and then we increment the star. So basically shifting the window to the next. We're shifting the window forward by 1 element, and we do star plus plus. So if the beginning of the digit is 1, then this won't even do. We just shift that by 1, and then we look for the next 0 value, right? So finally, the maximum length just will be math.max. Maximum length, and then the current size of the subarray would be equal to n minus star plus 1. I think that's it. If I run this, accept it, and if I submit this, accept it. This one is much easier. Wait, why would they put this? Yeah, look, I'm genius. What will be the time complexity? You only iterate through this. You only iterate through this length, this array 1 time. So the time complexity is big O of n. And space complexity is big O of 1. Technically, it's big O of 3, but in complexity, in complexity calculations, we ignore the constant value. So constant value will always be equal to 1. So the space complexity is 1 in this case. What did you? Because let's see. This is removing. This is just decrementing the counters. This is basically decrementing counters. You're not. Yeah, this is hard to explain here. So what this does is, you look at the beginning. You compare the beginning and just minus. You're just incrementing or reducing. You're incrementing or decrementing a constant value. So remember, 0 and star is a variable of a digit. You are incrementing or decrementing that digit. You are not iterating. So each time when a complexity count, it is counting when you are iterating through the inputs, through the length of inputs. So in this case, the length of input is array, right? And 0 in this case, and here we are working with constant values. So this while loop, even though it's a while loop, it doesn't really count in the time complexity. Yeah, so like for example, if this while loop is like you're doing a while loop, and this while loop is iterating through the inputs, then this will be counted in the time complexity. But in our case, we are not. This while is not iterating through the input. Therefore, it's a constant time. Yeah. So if the while condition has an array, yes, then it will count correct. So that's why like a lot of brute forces, for example, if you're doing brute force, you take this you start with one index and then you count until you have number of k. If your number of k is zeros, right, and then you return return this the length of this the length of, because you still have you have a for loop on the, you have an outer for loop that starts with index 0, and you have an inner for loop that counts this value again until you hit the k, right? So the inner value, the inner loop is iterating through this array another time. So in that case, yes, that will make the time complexity exponentially larger than if you just iterate through this array one time. So you can do this easy way. You can like not doing, like if you're ignoring the whole sliding window algorithms, then you have a double for loop that iterating through the array. Then the time complexity is n times n, which is m squared. Right, so in that case, the outer loop will going like this. We start on here, and then the inner loop will end up here. And then the inner loop exits, and then the outer loop will start here again, and the other loop and the inner loop will loop through here, right? So this is basically you're looping through this array twice to get to the value, and that's a brute force approach. John Moon, thank you for joining the membership. Are you amazed at my coding skill that it made you to join the membership? So well, this is they put in a graph, so it makes it easier to understand. You have array input and you have a k, right? The k is we only care about, since you can only replace zeros, so we can just have the k to count for the number of zeros. We just need to maximum 1 counters. Oh, they use a 1 counter. I use a 0 counter, but it's basically the same. So you have window start and window end. They both start at the same place, and you increment window end. And each time, in that case, each time you hit a 1, you increment the maximum 1 counter. And then you increment window end again. You increment the 0 counter, and then increment 1 again. It's 0. So you can find like, so in that case will be the maximum length minus maximum 1 counter should be equal to k, right? In this case should be less than or equal to k. So in this case it's still less than or equal to k, so equal to the next window's end. And then you look at the next window's end. Now the maximum length is 5. So 5 minus 2 is 3. And then 3 is larger than the k value. It's larger than the restriction that they placing there. So now, okay, now you know we need to slide this window forward once. So you take the star, you take the window star, you take the first, you take the element from the window star, and you remove that from your subarray. You remove that from the subarray, and then you continue this. Iterations. So next you add new 0, but because this new 0 is well, the maximum length and 1 counter, maximum length will be at 5. 5 plus 5 minus 2 is greater than k. The k currently is at 2. So now okay, now yes, you need to start sliding the window again. because you can only replace k number of zeros, and then that zero, the current we currently have 3 zeros, and it's greater than 2, right? So you slide the window by 1. You slide the window by basically taking the window start. So window start is tracking the index of the start of the sliding window, and window end is tracking the end of the sliding window. So you take the you take the element from the starting of window, you remove that from your subarray, and then you do the calculation again, right? So you do this calculation again, but because we still have 3 zeros in the middle, and that's greater than the maximum restriction k that they have. So you slide the window again. You take the beginning of the you take the beginning of the letter. I mean, you take the beginning of the sliding window. You minus that element, and then you calculate that again. So now you do this again, and then you slide the window again. So window start move on by 1. So now you satisfy the condition, because now k is equal to 2, which means k can only replace 2 zeros in this index. So you can now progress by moving window end to next value. This is why we have a while in there, right? So remember, there were 3 zero. I mean, so when the sliding window started, we have 1 1 0 0 0 0, right? So if we have a if the inner statement is an if statement, that means we can only minus 1 window star. If we minus 1 window star, that means we still have 3 zeros. We still have 3 zeros in there. We'll be incrementing the window end, even though the current window does not satisfy the condition. So if you have an if statement, so in here, if you have an if statement instead of a while statement, right? So you will only be sliding window by 1, and you will end up with a illegal subarray than the question is asking you for, because you have 3 zeros in the middle. That's why we do a while loop. So we after we take out each time we slide the window, we check the condition again. Okay, so the condition is now 1 0 0 0, still not satisfied, right? We're gonna slide it again, and then 0 0 0 1, still not satisfied. We're gonna slide it again. And then until you've so this ends when the window end hits the last element, and you just need one value to keep track of the highest length, and you just return the highest length. You amazed at Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel waifu reskin of the cards that you made long time ago? Oh, you mean the AI? The AI art of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. My skill of Master Duel, and now I'm doing coding, so you're thinking, oh, okay. Yeah, I think the whole VTuber, the VTuber space is kind of saturated now. So in order to stand out, I guess you need to. I think it's saturated because everyone can start doing VTubing. AI Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, yeah. I still have more AI cards, but I kind of stopped doing that because the subsequent I think my first AI Yu-Gi-Oh! Card video was kind of popular, but the subsequent ones dropping in number of views, and it takes a long time to edit. It takes quite a long time to make those videos. So it did not make sense for me to continue those series. That's why I ended the AI video, the AI Yu-Gi-Oh card video. And it's the same thing with like the lore videos I've done for Yu-Gi-Oh. The number of views is not that great, even though like those that who actually watch the video, they like the video very much. However, if the number does not make sense and it takes a long time to make those videos, then it just doesn't make sense to like keep making them. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, I know. Unfortunately, like we are being played by the algorithm. If the algorithm decided that okay, this is not the type of content that I want to push, then your content will never get to see the light of day. Do you hire people to do that? So my whole YouTube journey right now is all negative. I'm in the negative. Like I'm already in the negative producing videos. If I hire people to produce the same type of contents, I would be in more negative. Right? And this is why I need to like I've been like after my last job I've been like off just chilling and doing YouTube stuff for a while now. But I'm planning to start a job search again. Because YouTube does not pay any bill. I'm in, like I said, I'm in the negative doing YouTube. So my time, if like my time doing work as a software engineer is much more productive in terms of money than my time doing YouTube. Yeah, I mean I don't think I would struggle finding a new job. I know software engineer is kinda saturated nowadays, but the ones that are struggling to find a jobs are all junior software engineers, and I'm not a junior software engineer, so my skill is still kinda in demand. I will have less time to do YouTube and Twitch content, yes. This is why I kinda switch from I started my YouTube doing long form videos, and that requires editing, video editing, a lot of video editings. Which is fine, like if I have time, but once I start back at my job, I will have less time. So, but I mean, playing video game is my hobby, so I will still be playing video game, but just less. I guess it's less long form content. Of doing certain stuff like doing lore video or doing AI videos, and more about streaming. Right? I mean, there are still things that like I think a lot of people they think that being a streamer is an easy job. You just play video game and you get money from it. The ones that actually make money, like they are very big streamers. Like for me, I don't make any money. Like after all the assets I have to spend, so after minus all the assets that I spent, I'm in the negative. And it's also like it's hard. Like for the viewers, it might seem like it's easy, because like gaming is a very big industry. But if you are playing a game, especially I play mostly strategy games, which already require you to use your brain a little while playing the game, and then you have to, while doing that, you have to talk to your chats non-stop. Like, first of all, it's already like, if you haven't tried to do any public speech, it's already hard to talk non-stop for 4 hours or more, non-stop, like while not doing anything, just talk. So I am playing a strategy game, like doing strategy stuff, like calculations, predictions, and reading chat, responding to chat, and talk for hours and hours. And in my case, like I'm not even talking in my native language. I speak Chinese, I speak Cantonese, I speak Japanese, and most of my chat is in English. So I'm already like in my brain, so I'm already translating my thoughts. Like I'm already like delivering my thought in not in my native language, so that only takes up some processing. And sometimes my chats are Chinese or Japanese, so I also like respond to them in multiple languages. That's not easy, right? That's not an easy task. What specific skills you have? I'm a software engineer. Before I started YouTube stuff, that I've been software engineers. Yeah, so like after I get back to my job, like I guess it depends. Like it depends on my workload on that day, and if I'm not, if my brain is still like clear, I will probably still stream at the end of the day. But sometimes it just, for those of you that work 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, sometimes at the end of the day you just super tired, and those times even I play again, I might not stream. So it's just overall less. It'll be less activity from me. You need to join Hollow Live too if you wanna successful as VTubers. There are indeed VTubers that it's not just. I mean, VTuber is kind of just is a form. It's a form of delivering. It's a form of delivering entertainment to the viewers. I wouldn't call it a genre. Like it's more like it's a way for you to express yourself. Right? So indeed VTuber, indeed YouTuber. Like it's hard, like, cause if there are people that doing that themselves. Like even some of the indie VTubers nowadays, like they have a team behind them. The big ones, they all have a team behind them. But if you're doing it yourself, yes, there is a chance for you to success. But the one that's actually successful are very minority. Do you get burned out as a software engineer? Yes. Well, even within software engineer, right, you could be working on a lot of different fields. Like you could be doing web application developments, you could be maintaining servers, you could be doing like enterprise software, you could be doing like cloud services. You could be making apps for mobile. Right? There are many different levels. Or you could be doing low levels integrated like programmings for like interfaces for like low level devices. You know, like those like whatever thing that like with a Chromecast you plug in and then you doing it does all the you could be doing programmings for those. Like it's still a very wide range. Like because software engineer, you could be software engineer for any kind of fields, because every single companies nowadays they are doing something related to software. Like they cannot just there's no company now that's just pure manpower. You need to use computer to do something. You need to use the computer for something. You need to store your data for something. You need an app, you need a website to deliver your product to somewhere. Even if you are selling physical products, right? Amazon is selling physical products. You still need to have that app. You still need to have that website to deliver your like for someone to look at your physical product, so you can deliver to that person. So like out of this range of products that you can possibly work for, sometimes you could be working for a product that's like you could be working for cutting edge stuff, and then that might be your. That also depends on your personality, right? So if you like to always learn new stuff, you could be working for a company that always develop cutting edge. For example, I know someone working in Google that's working on. They are working on quantum computing. So if you're the type of person like that, then this is a dream job for you. Like you kind of. It's harder for you to burn out. And then at the same time, you could also be working for companies that rely on legacy systems. Legacy systems, that means like their code base is very old, and they rely on like certain technology, certain frameworks, certain languages that's no longer being supported or updated, and you have limited amount of resources to work on that. But it's critical for that company to function. It's a piece of critical software for the company to function, but you still need someone to maintain those things, right? And if you're the type of person that you don't like the environment to change so much, you just wanna be comfortable in your own little space, and you just do your job and then get out. Then those kind of job would be very suitable for you. So I've like worked with a wide range of stuff that I kind of like have a feel that so it all depends. Like if your personality is suitable for the work that you're currently doing, then it's harder for you to burn out. But burnt out is a thing. It's really a thing. But there's no one rule that says, okay, this will get you burned out, that will get you burned out. Like most things that in real life, when it comes to those things, it's very dynamic. Like it's not one thing that does it. It's multiple things that coexist that cause something else. Just don't push yourself to stream if you are tired. You will get a bit hating it, yeah. Oh, did someone also subscribe? Thank you TMLYRA for subscribing. Yeah, I think I will just chill. I will probably just chill and then watch anime if I'm tired that day. What do you actually do as software engineer? Again, it's a wide range of stuff. But mostly when someone say that they're doing software engineer, most of the case is they are writing codes like this. They're writing codes. They're writing codes that does nothing. Like it's a they're trying to automate stuff basically. At your old workplace, you can get one job for EX with Delph, and you just work with that tech stack for years and years. Yeah, that's the thing. I kinda also getting into that loop, cause like many years ago, I used to work with one tech stack, and when COVID happened and I need to find a different job, because my previous company was sold to another company, and I wanted to pick up something quick, so I picked up the old stack that I had. So now I'm kind of stuck with the old stack, and now it becomes like transitioning to a new stack is. First of all, like even if you are willing to transition, does the company willing to accept you and take and give you the resources and time to transition to the new stuff, or they just want someone that already know the stuff? So sometimes I signed to feel that I'm like getting to this like back feedback loop that it's hard to break in some new stuff. So I understand where you're getting from. Oh, you didn't move from YouTube. Oh, so in that case, then thank you for doing double sub. In your environment, it's hard to transition work up to mobile DevOps or same company. You just quit and transition to AI engineers and been great in the past year. Oh, AI is getting a lot of what they call it, venture capitals. They're getting a lot of funds nowadays. So they have been hiring like crazy. So right now AI is a lucrative field. But like anything, like I think they are kind of overhyped. I'm not saying AI is a bad thing. Like AI is gonna be a great addition to humanity. However, it's not living. Eventually, it's not gonna live up to the expectations of the investors. Like eventually, like. Because in that case, it will become a bubble and then eventually pop. Some company that have like net positive incomes, they might survive that. And I think a lot of companies gonna go under the bus. Yeah, they are kind of already failing to meet expectations. In the next 2 years, it will be oversaturated and maybe cause some layoff. Yes. I'm not really expecting that. What stack do I know? I do mostly web application development. I think if I'm okay just sticking to the old stack, the legacy stack, I don't think I'll have trouble finding new job. But it's the case that like, do I really want to start with the old stack, or do I want to transition to something else? People are usually happy, but when they use it, they will eventually realize limitations of it. Yeah. I'm not saying AI is bad. Like, the AI does a lot of wonderful stuff, like I said. But expectation is higher than what they can deliver right now. If you look at some of the company, right? If they put like, I also invest in stocks. If they put like AI into like when they do their earning calls, and then they mention something about AI, and then that stock just magically has a lot of people buying into that stock. Then it's the same crypto thing again, you know. You know, but I remember that story when cryptocurrency was hyped. Like, there's one company that sells liquor. A company that sells liquor. Right. I think they renamed their company, and then they put the blockchain. They put blockchain as part of the name, even though all they do is sell liquors. That company's stock went up like almost double. I think it was double or triple. So that just. I think same thing is happening to AI now. So that's how you can tell that like something is overhyped, like something is in a bubble. Right, so like that's why you see a lot of like public announcements from companies. They always imagine, oh, we're gonna do AI this, we're gonna do AI that, and investors love those keywords. They love those keywords, so they're flooding. Yeah. Alright. Enough yapping. I'm gonna log off. For those that tune in, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. 我不想一辈子被人踩在脚下。你以为我是臭氧放的？我等了3年，就想等一个机会。我要争一口气，不是要证明我了不起，我是要告诉人家，我失去的东西我一定要拿回来。